Deeper. Yeah. If you survive and can see through the pain, it gets deeper. If you can shine through the guilt and the shame, it gets deeper. It only takes one moment to change. You might be hurting, but you still ain't helpless. And the revelation carries way more than the message. It's more to that lineup. It's the mind behind, son. Over your mind, you realize.
Yeah. You might be hurting, but you're not helpless. But you're not helpless. Keep it in the cut.
And help is on the way.
Yeah.
Peace is nice, please. It's like Chinese diets on peas and rice. Righteous, you see my sight whenever I...
Here we are live, deeper than a cut. We are in the building. We are prepared and ready to start this new year off of 2022 with a Deeper Than a Cut podcast. I'm one of your hosts here in D'Angelo Smith. My name for the show will be Smitty, and I have my co-host here with us,
Terrence Hobson, better known as Mr. Halftime. What's
Mr.
up, everybody?
Halftime. I'm telling y'all, Deeper Than a Cut has come to really provide opportunity and to provide help in a way that you've never experienced it before. This is the realest thing that you're going to get. You have two gentlemen here that are barbers by trade, and we have over 40 years of experience together in the industry of entrepreneurship. And we have been pretty successful at doing what we do in this industry. God has been amazing to us. And so we want to provide that same opportunity to the people that may be in the same place that we've experienced before, where you get stuck and you get frustrated and you get angry about what's going on within entrepreneurship. And we want to give opportunity and be a help and assistance. On Deeper Than a Cut, there are a few things that you can expect to receive. You can expect to receive an uplifting in your spirit. You can expect to be encouraged after you leave. You can also expect to get a direction on the way to go, because entrepreneurship is something that we care about. We're going to mix in faith and the belief of what you can't see, because you're going to need something some days as entrepreneurship. And you can't feel it. You ain't got it. You don't know what to get. You don't have anything left to give, but you're going to have faith throughout this walk of entrepreneurship. And today we have, as my co-host, man, this is my guy here. I just can't talk enough about this guy, man. Terrence Hobson, and we call him Halftime.
Yeah,
but he cut the whole time, you know.
Yeah, cut the whole time. It's halftime, cut the whole time.
And we have such a great relationship. Me and him have been working together literally for 20 years, and been knowing each other about 25 years. And we have decided, you know, we've done so many business ventures together that has been successful. And we've been asked on so many occasions, Hobson. How many times we've been asked to come on and do a podcast of some sort?
Man, countless times.
And we're here doing it now.
Right here.
And we prepared for the 2022 as a kickoff date for us to get ready and get started within this podcast world. So I have here Terrence Hobson. He's a barber extraordinaire. He actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's probably the best barber I know. And I'm being sincerely honest. I give props to my brother. He is consistent. He's faithful. He's diligent to it. And I've seen him over 20 plus years of doing this work. And I just want to ask you, brother, you know, as we go ahead and get into this podcast, there's things that I see in your life that I've seen over the last 20 years that really helps to put perspective or respect in place for you. And one of the biggest things that I see, that no matter in what realm you're working in, whether it's home, family, you know, whether it's job, whether it's school, whatever it is that you're doing, I see a level of hard work, man, that is second to none, man. I'm just going to segue you into this, man. He gets up and he's at the shop at 6 o'clock. I mean, come on now. He's already there working when I ain't got out the bed. Some people ain't got out the bed and he's at the shop working. Why is hard work so important to you?
Man, that's actually a wonderful question. And a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, even the class workers, right, for corporate America, don't really understand like what entrepreneurship really means. Like, when you say you're an entrepreneur, you're saying to me and every other entrepreneur that you're independent.
Yeah.
And what that means for me is like you have to have that grit, that grind
Yeah.
type of mentality,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
gotta get up
Yeah.
when nobody else want to get up.
Yeah.
You know, I've been called crazy. It's like, well, man, for a while, Smitty, I used to laugh like, man, this guy calling me crazy.
Man.
But it made sense for me though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That hard work, like as long as you see the vision,
Right.
right? As long as you understand the outcome and what you're looking for, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll be crazy if it take me being successful deeper than the cut.
It's deeper than the cut.
If it takes that from me, right, to get up that early and put every ounce of energy into everything that I'm doing, then that's what I want to be. You know, success for everybody is different.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
successful to me means that I gotta stay hungry.
Yeah.
It's all up to me.
That's right.
Right. It's all up to me. So I gotta stand up. I gotta get up. I gotta be about it when I leave at home. My family is expecting Mr. Halftime to come back home with some groceries, you know, a little life, little living, a little living, you know, and so that's what it takes.
That's awesome.
The hard work, man.
Man, it's crazy to hear you talk about it because I see it on a day-to-day basis, and to see you in your lane of hard work, man, I'm telling you, man, it's admirable. It's encouraging, and it also helps to uplift people because I see you doing it over at the barber school. You're really helping out those students over there. They see your passion. They see your love and care for those students, and they really draw to that because the energy that they feel throughout your hard work. They see you leaving and coming and leaving it and putting the same energy in every time they see you. They expecting the inspiration word. They expecting the vibe and the feel of it to be at a certain level, and that speaks to your personality.
Absolutely.
So what is it that about your personality that you think that is so infectious to people, and every person that you come in contact with, they want to be a part of it?
Man, the personality is a big piece. It's, if not the biggest piece in this industry and in any industry of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Because for myself as an example, like if I'm trying to build a clientele, I'm trying to gain clients, I'm trying to build a rapport with my community that I'm working in, they have to like me first. You know what I mean? Like you can't
you mean to tell me they gotta like you?
They gotta like me. Hey, Smitty, they gotta like Halftime because what other way am I going to attract them to my barber chair?
That's right.
What other way will I attract them to want to talk and have a conversation, business conversation with me?
That's right.
Right. So that word decorum is all in there. It's dress, speech, and behavior. You know what I mean?
Come on with
but your personality have to be. It must be. Listen, for every entrepreneur, everybody thinking about entrepreneurship, look yourself in the mirror. We got to have a self-examination.
Yeah.
Okay. Because your personality, when you're trying to build clients and you're trying to build a rapport and a nice little network within yourself and bridge the gap from one entrepreneur to the next.
Yeah.
I gotta like you. I'm just speaking for myself.
Yeah.
My man Smitty over there, look, we've been working for 20 years. You know what I mean? And I ain't never had an argument with this guy.
Yeah.
And I know we've had our disagreements.
Yeah.
But his personality, it makes me want to do business with him.
Yeah.
On any level.
That's right.
On any level.
That's right. So the personality actually adds to the allure of people wanting to be around you.
100%.
And when they want to be around you, they spend their money. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to want to come spend your money with.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I make you want to come spend the money.
Spend your money, man. Come on.
I gotta get some fiddles. The family looking for some fiddles, man. They're looking for something to eat, and they're expecting Halftime to bring home the bacon, as it were.
Man.
And bringing home the bacon, you have to have a profession in which you work in.
Yes.
And I understand that you have several businesses, and we will get into those.
Yes.
With this just being the introduction piece of our podcast, we're just going to do some introductory pieces, and I want to ask you about your profession from a standpoint of why did you choose the profession of barbering, and how did it evolve, and how did it grow, and what are you doing now in the barbering industry that makes you so successful?
Man, I started off as a kid, man, just desiring clippers. I didn't know, why I wanted to cut hair.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old, man, but at the same time, it was something about those clippers. I wasn't an average kid. I didn't want G.I. Joe, man. I didn't want the Legos. I didn't want, the Hot Wheel cars and all of that stuff. I wanted clippers, and for a long time, my parents would not allow it.
Right.
And it took my grandmother to really talk to my mom and say, "Hey, listen, this boy may be on to something. He like it. Just how hard? What's the worst could happen?"
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it was like,
so you had some support. You
I
had somebody fighting for
granny,
your vision.
Big Mama.
Yeah.
She came through for me, and I got those clippers, and I was my worst victim. I was my worst victim. My mom, called down fire from heaven, man. She said the devil done touched on me a little bit when she seen that haircut, man. I did a doozy on myself, y'all. I did. But you know, that compelled me to get better, though.
Yeah.
You know, it compelled me to get better.
So at that point in time, you literally could have either said, you know what, this ain't for me.
Oh, man.
But that drive that you had in you, it pushed you a little farther and made you want to not just mess your hair up, mess up a couple other people.
Oh, man, I had some friends who was on punishment for the whole summer. You understand? Why would you let that boy cut your hair? He ain't never cut no hair before in his life. You stay in this house for 2 weeks. You know, it was messed him up bad.
So what did that do to prepare you? What are you doing now? Where are you at in your professional career now? I know we started off at a place, but where are you at now in that profession?
Where I am now, man, is a beautiful place. I obtained my Michigan barber license, you know, and now I'm a licensed instructor.
Wow.
You know, in the I'm at the pinnacle of this industry and desiring my own school.
So what you started at, man, it's a little deeper than the messed up haircuts that you gave yourself. It's a little deeper than that.
Man, it's so much deeper. It's so much deeper because, again, that personality and would it take that work ethics that go with that and that constant believing in yourself, digging when there's no flame at all. You have to find some heat at least to kind of like rub it together and get a fire going to continue to believe in yourself, to push yourself even further where we are right now.
Man, that's
deeper
absolutely
than the cup,
amazing,
baby.
Man. That is awesome, man.
Deeper than the cup.
Your story, man. Every time I hear it, as many times I know the story,
right?
But just hearing it over and over again, man, it's so inspiring, man. Because I know the work that you put in, I know the personality that you have, and I realize the profession in which you work. And to be honest with you, man, you cutting hair is what started me cutting hair.
Wow!
It made me want to start cutting hair.
Wow!
You were cutting my hair before I ever was a barber. So, around 14 years old,
running.
You know what I'm saying? 14 years old, I'm excited about cutting hair. And I had a couple of those, mess ups and tear ups and dips and glips. And shout out to Leon Hines, my cousin, for letting me, who is now bald, probably because of me, because I cut some plugs in the back, I cut some plugs in the front. But the fact that he gave me the opportunity, he said, cuz, just go and do what you need to do. You're going to be great at this. And he gave me opportunity to do it, but it came from coming to the barbershop and watching you cut hair and seeing, that this is something that I can do. And I went home and tried it.
Yeah.
And 20 years later, I'm loving what I'm doing. I went to school. I thought enough to go to school.
Yes.
And make sure that it was important enough for me to become legitimate within the framework of what I wanted to work.
Absolutely.
With being a barber, some people, man, they just want to just do it to an extent because they have the gift to do it.
Right.
But then there's a license to do it as well.
Absolutely.
And I left literally right out of high school. Shout out Denby High School.
KE.
Denby High School.
KE in the building.
As soon as I came out of high school, I had my cousin Kimberly Rashida. She reminded me, didn't you say you want to go to barber school?
Right.
And I went to barber school right out of high school. So I was 18 years old in barber school trying to figure this thing out. I didn't know.
I remember that.
But I know I wanted to do it, right?
Yes.
You've been cutting for 4 years since 14 years old. And it's the thing that made you feel worth anything, and then you start to understand the importance of, making other people feel good.
Yeah.
Because a haircut does more than just give you, a look or a style.
Sure.
It speaks to your confidence.
Absolutely.
See, it's deeper than a cut. It goes further than what you can see on the surface.
Right.
Because a cut can literally change your personality.
Absolutely.
It can make your head rise up. You can walk around and I watch these memes on YouTube and Instagram and all that. And I see the difference from a person coming in, I'm little Mickey.
Oh, they meek.
Once they get that haircut and that hairline, they start walking out there like George Jefferson,
to the
baby.
side with the hip out, that pants leg swinging.
And so that's when I realized that, you can affect people with your hands, with clippers.
Absolutely.
And clippers was able to do that. So I decided to go to school.
That's big, man.
After doing
Wow.
that, I came and worked at your barbershop. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I remember that, man.
You was
Wow.
the first place I worked
That's
at
crazy.
where I was hired at.
Crazy,
And
man.
in doing that, it just gave opportunity for me to just fall in love even the more.
Yeah.
Being in a place where I can grow, I can
Sure.
mature, and I can be at a place where, I even got to the point like you. I obtained my my instructor's license.
Sure.
And my instructor license has led me to Michigan Barber School, where I do the same thing as you. We teach love, we encourage, we uplift, we
Right.
teach and show how to cut hair, the proper techniques
Sure.
to the students,
Oh,
and
man.
they receive it on a level like never before.
Like never before.
And in addition to that, man, this barber
Wow.
industry, I'm telling y'all, it's vast. It's unlimited. It can go as far as you want it to go.
Yes.
Do not ever limit yourself. That's why I wanted to get into entrepreneurship, because there's no limit. There's no hold up. There's
That's
no,
right.
and so, and on top of that, I got elected to become a part of the board for the state of Michigan.
See that? Now look at that.
For the state of Michigan,
Come on,
I
man.
literally sit on the board that regulates the industry in
Come
which I love, the barber
man.
industry, the schools, the barber colleges,
That's
the
heavy.
barber shops, the barber students, the barber license instructor. Man, I sit on that board at this point in time, but at 14 years old, I didn't think
You didn't
that,
see that.
because it's deeper
It's
than what
deeper
you
than
see.
the cup, baby.
It's not what's on the surface. This
No,
thing
sir.
goes deeper than you can ever imagine. And now
Yeah.
I don't just sit on the board. I have been elected
Yes.
by my constituents as the chairman of the board. I
Yes.
now sit at the head seat of the board.
Right.
And it's a blessing.
That's a
And
blessing,
in
man.
every situation that I'm able to walk within, I want to know that I want to show and know that God has been leading my life the whole way.
Absolutely.
The things that I take, and we're going to wrap it up in a minute, but the things I take as so true and so honest in my life, at the forefront of who I am, is a husband and a father. Like,
Man.
I can't allow anything to go above that, because I know where my foundation is at,
Sure.
where my heart is at, what
Yes.
I really love, what I want to do, and how I want to roll this thing. Right.
That's what makes you you.
That's what makes me me, man. I'm a husband of one wife,
Come on.
and I'm a father
Come
of
on,
3.
preacher.
I got.
Come on.
Well, see,
Yes,
it go
sir.
deeper than that.
It's deeper than the
I
cut.
love you. Shout out to my wife,
Yeah.
Yavia Smith.
Yeah.
I love you, my daughter, Amber and Brooke Smith, and my
Yeah.
son,
Come on.
D2, D'Angelo Smith Jr. I thank God for them. They are my foundation. They are the reason why I get up every day and do what I do.
Sure.
And I know you try to throw that preacher in there, but that
Yeah,
I
preacher.
I can't help that.
That's God did
preaching
that.
is a part of who I am, loving God, following God in faith, through faith, and knowing that He's going to cause me to prevail at no matter what I do,
That's
no matter
right.
what I put my hands to. God is going to make sure that the prevailing peace will be my mantle and be my portion.
That's
And,
huge,
and
man.
I'm just faith. You got to have faith. If you ain't got
Gotta have
faith, you don't have nothing.
You don't have faith, you don't have anything.
So we really trying to realize and understand that this whole walk is substratum, and its base and its foundation is a walk with God. And everything that we have here at Deeper Than the Cup, we want to make sure that we pass it on. We want to make sure that we giving it away, because holding on to anything, I was once told by my pastor. He told me true success has successors.
Absolutely.
And so, because I want to be so successful, and because you want to be so successful, we started a podcast where we can start creating successors by the information
yes, sir,
that we give, and the connections and the networks that we have.
That's huge.
And we want to build this thing to make sure that not just you successful or I'm successful, but that our community is successful.
100%.
That's what we're looking to do with Deeper Than the Cut.
Deeper
We're here. We're live today on YouTube.
Let's go.
I'm asking that you guys would share, like, comment. Please comment. If you leave your comments inside of the subject line, we'll make sure that we personally come in and answer those questions. We want to make sure that you are feeling a part of this podcast, because the only reason we're doing it is for you. We're doing it so that you can experience the goodness of God, the favor of God, and be able to walk in the connections that we've already walked through the door in. We want to open the door to the connections that we have. And if you would, go to YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, DTAC podcast on Instagram. And then it's Deeper Than a Cut podcast on YouTube. And we want to make sure that you go to Spotify, Deeper Than a Cut podcast on Spotify. Check us out on all our social media platforms. Subscribe. Please do not hold this to yourself. We're not holding it, so we're asking that you don't hold it. Don't hold it. Pass it on, give it away, and share this this broadcast in which we're coming to you today. We're excited about it. We look forward to sharing more with you. This was just the introduction. We got more to come.
More to come.
More to come.
It's deeper than the cut, baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
This is our segment that we call Pick a Side, which simply just means that we're trying to give you two different options of things to choose from. And today we're having a lifelong discussion that has been in the industry of the digital world since cell phones have become part of our lives. And this here segment of Pick a Side, we're going to be talking about this unfortunate thing called Apple. Unfortunately, we have to talk about them, because this is a long time debate that has been going on for forever. Do you like Apple or do you like Android?
Boo.
Hey, hold up now. We ain't started yet. What is happening here is that I have my co-host here who loves Apple. He has an Apple phone, an Apple iPad, an Apple MacBook. He got an Apple in his refrigerator. He got an Apple on his
apples everywhere.
He got apples everywhere. I mean, he's just an Apple head, right? And so I be sitting here trying to tell him, like, man, Apple is cool. They $1 trillion industry. I give them their credit.
Yes, sir.
High end worth for what they have, but I'm here to tell you for real, as they always say in the Android world, the next big thing is already here. All Apple do is copy off of Android. That's all they do.
Whoa.
The whole way.
Whoa, that's a big statement.
The whole way.
That's a huge statement.
Now, come on now. Be real. Tell the truth. Who started having the multi-cameras on their phone first?
But
don't pause. Who had the Apple?
Samsung. I will give Samsung the camera, but our cameras are better now.
See,
it's Burger King across the street from McDonald's. Why? Competition. Hey, you might like a Big Mac, but I like a Whopper. You feel me? So what I'm saying, you like Samsung, but I'm an Apple guy. Our camera's better.
See, Samsung has proven itself over and over again. Y'all used to have that little weak mini little phone.
We did.
We came out with the big phone. Now all of a sudden, y'all want to try and jump on the big phone and come out with a iPro Max. How you jumping on that
iPro Max, baby? We do.
All I'm saying is stay in your lane and create your own thing. See, they trying to jump on what we do, and you don't realize that Android has been doing this for so long. And now all of a sudden they want to act like they created the iPhone Max or they created the multi-camera.
But it's like when you're doing something for so long and then you teaching, you putting your information out there, you give me opportunity not only to get that but create and make it better. Because right now, business, I got all three. I got my phone, my iPad, and my tablet popped up, iCloud going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Unlimited cloud space. You feel me?
Yeah, you got unlimited cloud space, but how much you have to pay?
But see, one thing for
you gotta pay for it.
But it's all in the contract. It's all
Apple Music. Apple Music.
All that.
How much you gotta pay? I get to download music for free.
Me too.
No, you don't. No, you better go to that Apple Store. You better go to $9. You better go to that Apple Store. $9.99. You better know that you're gonna have to pay on that Apple. Apple is a good product, but they gonna make sure they get every dime out of you they supposed to get.
But it's worth it because again, for business, sometimes it's been days I left my MacBook, important documents at home, and I have my iPad or my iPhone, that 12 Mac Pro. You feel me? And I pull up all my documents and business as usual. You feel me? I don't have to do 100 back home to go get my phone or go get whatever device I left. I can just plug up, or I can go through my watch. It's all how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Apple everywhere. Apple everywhere, man.
I'm just gonna end it with this. I'm just gonna say this.
Apple's everywhere.
Apple got the man in trouble from the beginning, and I ain't touching no more apples with a wallet because he's biting that.
He gonna go to the scripture, just like a preacher. Go straight to the scripture.
You see, they got that bite on that apple. That was Eve.
That's good. I ain't gonna let us go like that. Yeah, but hey,
Hey man, I can't fight the word. I guess that's the end of it.
Hey, man,
I got a belt back.
I had to hit below the belt. I got a $3 industry, man. I got to hit below the belt to get my point across.
You did that. You did that.
No, but I do like Android. You do like Apple. I respect your opinion. You respect mine, and we move forward from there. But what we gonna do from now on? Every guest that we have on,
here we go.
We gonna keep a tally.
Oh, we gonna
to see who really
already.
likes. No, not what you see. Apple has an unfair advantage because they advertise more and they have but
so you can't discredit it.
I still believe that Android is gonna prove itself out to be the better and most effective phone.
We can start writing a survey right now in the room. How many apples in the room? It's about 5 of us. About 5 of us. I'm just saying. I believe. I don't know. My boy over there, she might have an apple in her back pocket or something. She got that apple though. That's why she's smiling. See, my man? See, got 2 of them. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He got 2 apples.
Man. See, we ain't gonna go
there.
That's
6 against 1 right now.
We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there.
You see, that's 7 against 1. 7 against 1. Apple.
Janae, you in there too? Alright, we gonna go there. This is what we gonna do. We gonna stay away from this because it look like y'all trying to triple, double, and quadruple team. We gotta move forward.
It's all love, though. It's all
he gonna come here. He gonna see what I'm saying? It's alright.
Come on, man.
I feel like I'm getting jumped right now, so we better move to another subject.
Come on, man.
Another subject that has been going on for so long.
What is
in the sports world. Because Deeper in the Cut is not just about business in itself and entrepreneurship on its own. It has a wide range of topics that we talk about. And one of the topics that we want to speak of today in the sports world is something that has recently happened within the NFL, right? The NFL has a situation that arose on yesterday where Antonio Brown, and he's had quite a bit of a checkered past. He's had some things that has been going on within his life and things that you would call questionable that has happened. And it brings a lot of things into question and make you think about what's really happening here. What's really going on. And yesterday, it was such a bizarre scene that happened. I know you all have seen it, but in the middle of the game, I believe it was around the second quarter, that he commits to taking off his shoulder pads. His teammates are trying to tell him, no, man, we need you.
Chill out.
We still got the rest of the game. We down, I think it was like 24-10.
Yeah, we got a chance.
And we got a chance. We got Brady on our team. We got to go, right? And so he decided to take upon himself because of what I believe a situation being where they tried to stop him from reaching certain bonuses, where they said he needed about 8 more catches or 6 more catches to get $300K. Right. And he needed 1 more touchdown to get another $300K.
That's $1 million right there.
And he needed another 56 yards or something like that to get another $300K. So he was about $1 million looking at if he could stay in the game. And they say the coaches pulled him out, right? And so the coaches pulled him out the game, and he felt like he was being stymied or held back. And it's been a known fact around the NFL, NBA, and some parts, sports world period, that when you start hitting these bonuses places that they feel like they want to try and sit you or not play you as much so that you don't hit those bonus marks, especially if you know that you've had some checkered past. And Antonio Brown commenced to, I'm talking about full out, making a scene, pulled off his pads, pulled off his shirt, pulled off his gloves, threw it in the stands, and walked off on the road in the Jets while the team is still playing on the field. And I want to know, what side do you stand? Do you think he was right for doing that, or do you think he was wrong for the melee that or the scene that he caused?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I can actually speak to both sides, but what I will say to answer the question directly, it was definitely wrong how he handled that situation. I can also speak with him on the side, like, hey, you taking opportunities from me, you taking money out of my pocket. And whatever the case was, reason why they didn't put him back in the game, that could have been rectified after the game was over. And so I'm big on decisions. And one thing for sure, and 2 things for certain, I believe he ruined his career in the NFL. With that decision right there, you had another game to play afterwards. We could have rectified that. We could get the $1 million next game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can still get the money, just not now today.
Yeah.
You feel me? But then when you make that type of decision, you ruin. Now we're talking about legacy, because guess what? Let's say, hypothetically, let's just go on record, because it just happened this past Sunday, but let's go on record and say that was his last game we saw Sunday. We watched him Sunday. How he clowned, how he acted. That's how we're always going to remember him. You know what I mean? So we got to do better. That's why I'm saying, like, I disagree with the way he handled it. I understand his mindset, but you have to be able to give yourself an opportunity. You got to stay ready. You never have to get ready if you stay ready for opportunities. Like, yeah, deal with the frustration on the sideline, but don't go that far as to ruining your legacy.
I tend to agree to a large degree, but I think it actually goes quite a bit further than just saying yes or no, whether you think he was right, because as you eloquently put, you can see from both sides, but then there is a way to do it.
Yeah.
But I think it's something even deeper than both of those aspects of it. I really believe that there's an aspect in his mental that he's dealing with, and I don't think he realizes it, how he goes from 0 to 10 so fast.
Absolutely.
Or he does things by, something as simple as a fake vaccination card, like they couldn't find out what was going on. It's things that he has done that speaks to mental illness, and it gives cause and concern. And for his friends, it should cause some level of pause to really start thinking, because at the end of the day, man, as mad as you are, as a man in your profession, you have to learn how to control your emotions.
Yes.
Your emotions can either drive you or it can drill you. You can either let it make you propel you, or it can kill you. So if you don't control your emotions in times, but mental illness won't give you that opportunity to control your emotions. That's and right. You do what seems right at that time. And he really felt, and that's what I really believe in my heart, that he really felt like that was the best outlet, the best way to handle the situation. And I don't care how you look at it, how much money you missed, how many times you felt like, the team played you, or Brady didn't throw you the ball, or whatever. Whatever came out of that situation, you put yourself at the bare bottom outcome.
Absolutely.
Because after this, it is over. If you felt like the season was over, or your $1 million was over, just think about your career is over.
That's where I'm at. I'm stuck right there.
And it's over when it didn't have to be, because it could have circled back around, because the game ended up with Tom Brady throwing a game-winning touchdown to his backup.
See that?
You could have been in a position, we don't know how or where this could have went to, but because you didn't control your emotions at a time where you felt like that was the best thing to do, you made an irrational decision, and it cost you an opportunity to get what you always wanted anyway. And now you're at a place where you're never going to get that opportunity again.
You won't get it back.
You will not embarrass billionaires at their place on their job
with
that type of actions. It's never gonna work, and he has really sealed his own fate at this point in time. But more importantly, I really believe and hope that his friends would try to get him help. And I don't know if y'all remember this, I'm gonna end this on this. Antonio Brown, it was probably around about 6 years ago, that he took a vicious hit against Burfict. You remember, against Cincinnati in the playoffs?
I remember that.
And he took a hit, man, that I was like, ooh, I don't know if he's gonna ever play again. And he took that hit against his head, and then like Burfict did it on purpose when he came across the middle, and Burfict was kind of known for that. I really believe at that time, that's when he started really having those mental issues. And if you check back, before that, Antonio Brown was a catching machine, unstoppable, just perfect, cool guy. Yeah, everybody got their issues, but he was cool. But after that moment is when you start seeing Antonio Brown in a different light. And I really believe that and hope that he would get some mental help.
That's good.
So this is our edition of Pick a Side. We will have various opportunities for our studio guests to pick their side on different topics. We want you within the YouTube content to tell us, what side did you pick? What do you think? Leave your comments, share, like, subscribe, because we're looking forward to getting and communing and talking with you guys through the chat. So if you would, don't pick up no apple. Pick a side. Leave your comment. Share. And easy. The the similarities that we have with being barbers.
Yeah.
We're both barbers, but we're both also barber instructors. And so we have not just learned how to do our craft or how to perform our craft, but now we're at a point where we're teaching it to the next generation. And while I'm kind of lining up halftime, while I'm kind of lining him up, we're just going to kind of give him an opportunity to speak on what was his reasoning for being a barber and causing it to evolve into now being the teacher, being the educator, being the person that's now responsible for the next generation of an industry that we love. So what would you say has been the evolution, and speak to us about the evolution of your maturation process from being a licensed barber to now a licensed instructor?
That's good. That's a good question. And to be honest, just from a barber perspective, it's so hot because once you start building a clientele, you start to realize that it's really more than just a haircut. You know what I mean? It's like it's a thing where you have to pride yourself on. You have to constantly build and tell yourself to do this every single day. Like that motor, that mindset. So a lot of people have big dreams, but then what's fueling your dream? It's like to build a clientele, to build the brand that you know that has the potential to be a staple in a community, right? You have to continue to build. But from just speaking from a barber perspective about this industry, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the people for me. It's that part. It's the people. You know, the camaraderie, like the connections. I've always been a people person, but once I started actually servicing clients for whatever barber service they prefer, I realized that I like people. I like to engage with people on all different levels. Where some people may have, some clients may have an attitude one day. You know what I mean? You have to be able to bring them down. You with your personality and your morale and everything that makes you who you are. You have to be able to make that adjustment, make that pivot, that shift, right? So that you can bring them back up. So that's a motivational speaker. I didn't even know I was that person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like just in the barbering industry, man, alone, it's so like when I'm at the institution, I'm teaching my students, it's like I always talk to them, like, and I tell them it's a fact that 90% of cutting hair has nothing to do with the actual process of servicing a client.
Wow. You said, hold on, say that again?
90% of what I do every day has nothing to do with cuts.
So you mean to tell me, as a barber, in the barbering industry, you telling me 90% of what I do has nothing to do with a clipper?
No.
Or the servicing a client?
Absolutely not.
Oh man, you gotta explain that to me. What
Absolutely
is the
not.
real thing? What is if that's only 10%, because if it ain't 90, it's only 10%.
It's only 10%.
What's the 90?
So the 90 is everything else. It's personality, it's character, it's professionalism, professional image, code of ethics, mission statement, goal planning, mind mapping. It's all about the effective communication.
Hold on, man. We talking about barbering?
We talking about barbering.
Are we talking about some kind of Fortune 500 company?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We talking about mind mapping, and we talking about decorum, and we talking about proper speech and how we present ourselves to one another. What is this? What is this that we're speaking of?
Well, because barbering has fell off the shelf for so many years, man. Barbers think it's a hustle. A lot of people for that matter, they think it's a hustle. Yeah. They think of what I do is something they can easily pick up and just make a couple dollars. Yeah. But longevity, you will make a couple dollars one day, but will that same client repeat for years in, years out? You know what I mean?
So it's the difference maker on how, a person might not remember what you said, but they remember how they felt.
Absolutely.
When they left your presence.
Experience.
So
the experience.
It's more than just coming in and getting a haircut.
Oh, absolutely.
It's more than just coming in and getting a hairline.
Yes.
It's more to it. You have to be able to connect with people.
Yes.
And the connection that you have with people will be the determining factor on whether that customer returns or whether that customer leaves.
That's right.
And speak ill of that particular shop or you as a particular barber.
That's very true, bro.
Specifics.
That's true, man.
So because I know that you've had the opportunity in so many phases of your life and your career in barbering to service top-notch people, to service the everyday person.
Sure.
What was it that made you feel like you needed to go into teaching, though?
Yeah.
Because I've watched you. You have a name within the city of Detroit in the barbering industry. What made you want to go from just cutting hair or servicing a client or connecting with people? Because you can do this all day.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for forever. What was the evolution thought process that goes into now I want to teach it?
There's the people again. Learning so much from people and being able to see the value in relationships.
Yeah.
You know, see the value. When you're able to see the value in a relationship, man, it's lifelong. Relationships are meant to be forever. It's based upon the both parties and how much they want to invest into that relationship.
Yeah.
But I'm giving my 100%, every effort, every opportunity, every ounce of energy, everything. I'm giving it to it, every cut. I don't care if it's 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. If I'm not going to give you 100%, then I'm not going to sit you down on my chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the grind. That's the mindset you have to have. But again, for me, from the barbershop to the school and the institution, they need to know, like, this barbering industry is not just a hustle.
Yeah.
No takeaway from any person that went to college for the MBA, for their bachelor's, associates, whatever degree that they're trying to attain while going to college. I would never give it up. But I'm going to tell you something. I would never trade this for that. Because I'm on the inside track. And I understand when you're an entrepreneur and you're in this industry, I have the power and ability to make my life whatever I want it to be.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, you just said something right there. You said that this industry literally puts you in a position to have boundless amount of success.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling, there's no limit, there's no hold up.
Blow the roof off.
Blow the roof
Blow it
off.
off right now.
Blow the roof off.
You feel me?
So it gives you that ability to just go as far as your heart feels.
Absolutely.
And why is it that you're doing that with the students?
Because I want to show them, and it's effective, and I want to show them that not only can you become a licensed barber, but I tell them, obtaining your barber license is the beginning. Because it's a journey that needs to take place on that student to obtain 1,800 clock hours, right?
Yes, sir.
But then it's another journey. You have to pass your practical exam, then you have to pass your written exam.
Yeah.
But after that, even though that was a long journey, right? That's a tough journey.
1,800 hours is a lot.
That's a lot to take, but it's still the beginning of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because once you obtain that license, baby, I can go anywhere in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Anywhere with that license, and it opens up opportunity to provide for my family. Anywhere, any facet of business, anything. Because paperwork, it move people. When you license and you have those credentials that's needed for you to operate in that profession, people respect you. They want to listen to what you have to say. And so I said, I can give this back to all of the students. I need them to understand. Like, we've been looking at barbering in a different way. We've been looking at barbering from a lower scale, like from low-hanging fruit. Like, everybody want the money. But the money, I don't chase the money. I chase the craft.
Yeah.
And so when you chase the craft, then you're able to step into self-actualization, in which you're able to give another potential licensed barber that same fire that you have.
Yeah.
But if you don't have self-actualization for yourself, you don't understand for yourself, how can I give it back? But now I'm changing life from one person to the next because they're understanding that barbering is not just about clippers. It's so much more that goes into this beyond the clipper aspect of this industry. We know, like, I know I'm going to make money because that's by nature of what I'm doing. But I use it as a tool to reach back and help so many other people. Wow. And the young men and the young women at the institution, they're floored when I start talking to them. They say, for conversation, they say, "Oh, Hobson, you lying, man. You can't tell me it's like that." I say, "Man, I've been in this for 30 years. You know, I'm 44 now. So you're talking about 32 years I've been doing this. I can tell you that how many opportunities that you have. And based on what you're doing right now, I can tell. I'm very observative. I can tell exactly what you're doing and why you need to make that change." And so when we have these conversations in the institution, I want the students to realize, like, who they are as a person first. That matters.
Well, the passion you talking with, man, made me want to go back to barber school.
Come on,
I got
man.
my license.
Get your hair.
I'm ready to get my license.
Get your
I'm ready
L's for a second
to
time.
Get a double license.
Get your L's for a second time. You feel me? Get it for a second time, then why not?
I need to
Why
figure
not?
out how to get this thing.
Why not?
I want to go back and learn from you.
Why not? Come on with it. Come on. And this is the big part. When we're in the institution, man, and we're working and we're operating with those students, it's a certain joy that comes over me when I see what I've done my whole life make a huge impact over their lives. Not just for the Clippers, but they're changing the way they dress. Their dress code is changing.
Yeah.
The way they talk is changing.
Yeah.
The way they talking like me now. When they see me, they come
Impact.
here. They be like, "Hi, what up? What's up, man?" Their energy is all the way up.
Yeah.
Their motivation, that self-motivation, that confidence within themselves, the main ingredient, the main trait of successful and being successful in entrepreneurship is always presented. And I love that because I always tell them, I always tell them this. It don't matter what you say, it's what you do. And anybody can talk it, but you got to be it every single day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of days as an entrepreneur you feel like giving up. It's going to be a lot of days as an entrepreneur you feel like throwing in the towel. But if you always resort back to that first mind, that first understanding, that first belief, and that first desire that said, this is what I want, I understand it no matter who understand it or not, this is my lane and I know the outcome. All I have to do is a formality. All I have to do is follow this path and I'm going to get what's coming to me.
Yes,
It's been times my wife didn't see it.
Yeah.
She like, baby, you go out to sleep on the couch for a week till you come good with this because I don't really know. She's in the medical field, but I'm an entrepreneur. In my household, I had to make them see it. You know what I mean?
Take some fortitude.
It takes some fortitude for her to understand.
Yeah,
like,
some self-motivation.
baby, I know you don't see this,
Yeah.
but everything that I'm doing is for us.
Yeah.
Here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And understand, when I leave out of here, I remember what she said, so I got to put a smile on her face.
Yeah.
I got to make that happen.
It's got to work.
Got to make it happen. You feel me?
Failure not an option.
Failure not an option.
You might be helpless.
But you're not helpless.
You might be hurting.
But you're not helpless.
But you're not
Because
helpless.
it's always deeper than a cat.